Okay, guys, I'm on a like random parking spot, and now I don't drive with my headphones on. I'm like in the process of leaving the car, and I drive for like 15 minutes, so I am just chilling. And what the point of today's video will be is how I kinda, it looks like, overcome the fear of driving because, as you can see, I am in a driving spot. How did I did it? Well, let's. I found a better camera angle and I will be packing my things up so that we can do both things in one. Lovely. So, I never was the kind of person that liked cars and liked the idea of driving. I think they always scared me out. Even when I was little and we did the bicycle riding thing, I was like, every time when I was in a like street, I was afraid that the car next to me will bump and I will die. And I don't know, not so much a person that like is being afraid of dying, like in that matter. So that was kind of a bummer. And it kind of transferred. I'm from a really small town, and people there drive as a crazy people. Or like I don't know how it's like now, but like when I was little, I was like, if I will cross the street like without lights, where it's like no the green from me and the car stop moving, I will die probably. There is a funny story. When I moved to bigger city, my mom walked in front of a bus, and I was like, she's dead. She will never be alive. I will not be able to see her. So it sounds that I had some horrible experience when I was little. No, I hadn't. No car never like run over me. I think that the my like one of the cars bumped into the family dog, but I didn't see that. I even I think that I didn't see that. So I think it's like just learned fear and not something that is like really truly a fear. And as you should know, all of the fears are basically learned. You do not have them like inherently. You didn't inherit them. Like probably just some person really loudly screamed when I was little, like, and I connected it with a car. Like that's probably how my fear developed, and I fed it up and I fed it up, and it grew and grew over the years. Actually, in the same matter as I overcome my driving, I overcame my kinda, like it's much bigger, my fear of spiders. I was a person that was super afraid of spiders, like having nightmares with spiders, and I overcome it. Now, thankfully, I have nightmares with people in it, which is kind of funny. So, we applied the lipstick. What did I did? And when it was COVID, I don't know if before or after the COVID started, I started working on my driving license. So I signed up for the driving license course and I went through all of the lessons, I did the tests. At the end of these, like I think 4 months, I gained my driving license, which is kinda cool. But I was still really afraid of driving. Like, I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know if it's safe. I had a problem like with the. I'm driving manual. I'm from Europe. If you didn't pick up from my non-US accent or like yeah, from my non-accent, if I would say it like that. I'm from Europe, so I drive manual car. Yes, we have automated cars, but if you will do for like the driving license for the automated cars, you will not be able to drive the manual car, which if you are traveling to the east or to the south is kind of a bummer. So you are not able to drive when you are traveling, which is not something that I like do the driving for. Like if I fucking spend that money and drive, I would love to drive even abroad. After my driving license, which I should not tell that, but I think the exam wasn't like 100% how it went, especially parking. But also I was this like afraid kiddo and they didn't care, so I didn't practice things that I should have practiced. Like I think that if you're afraid of driving, you should like try it out in a safe environment. So after I did my driving license, I kind of drive around, but I wasn't feeling so good in it. So I did these like special lessons. If you like want to drive more and or you don't know how to drive, you're like don't drive a lot, you can like get them like for money, of course. And I did them. I did like I don't know 6, 8, 10 or something like that. So like 5 days. I did like 90 minutes lesson or something like that. And the girl was like, "Yeah, your drive kind of nice," but like I didn't get that back then. But they have the benchmark so low because normally the people that like goes there are like people who like lost their papers because they're fucking terrible drivers, or are people like for like trying to learn to drive. So that's kind of also bummer because they don't know how to help you. Like I need to feel comfortable driving. I need to be comfortable to like drive around cars, around like solve situations. And they're like, "No, you can just like you know how to do the sticky thingy. You know how to like park kind of." Like they know these things, but they don't know how to like feel comfortable with you. So I kind of like again tried to drive, but felt really bad at it. So I kind of stopped, and then every time I tried to drive, something happened. Like I wrongly start the car, or I didn't know how to park in that specific spot. I didn't know like how the wheels moving, or like if I should hit a brake when I turn the wheels, or like so many things. And also, if you like drive someone else's car, you also have like these preferences, like when you will change the numbers on the stick. I don't know this. I didn't know how to do it, and so I kind of stopped. I like tried once every 2, 3 months. It was every time terrible. Like nobody could like rely on me as a driver. Like I basically wasn't a driver. So I was like, okay, I need to get into driving again. But I'm super scared. And like 2 months before I start like realizing I would like to drive, I had an collision. I was on the scooter, like not scooter like the boat scooter. It's not like real scooter like the. And I was turning left, and some car horn at me, and then like kind of bump around me, like didn't manage to like get around me well, so I like fell down. It was terrible. So I was like, okay, I like before I wanted to start like driving again, I was like, okay, I need to like feel more comfortable in the roads because it like happened this accident to me, and I really don't feel good at like driving scooters. Actually, I drive scooter from that time. It's like 4 months ago, once, and I never was good at it. But I like bikes, so we have in my city a bike sharing. Like every city has a bike sharing company. So I have some with the public transport ticket. I can get like to ride for 15 minutes a day for free. So I like started to be more comfortable like driving something or like being in a traffic. So that's really helped me to build confidence that I can like even like be next to cars. And with that, I bought 12 of these lessons that I was talking before, but like with different driving company, with different driver. And this driver was like really amazing. Like sometimes you get like old drivers who don't care or some lady that don't care, but this driver was like young. He was like trying to get his full license because you have to have some amount of experiences to get your own license, to just like drive on your own in your own company. So he was like not screaming at all. I was like telling this type of situation that I'm afraid of, and then at the end we did a 3 hour lesson because I was like I need to drive long distances. I need to not just be able to drive like from work to home because I live in a big city. I can get public transport for that, but I need to get to my mom. I need to like get to my family, and it's like from half an hour to like 4 hours drive. And like imagine the US when they're like working like this is the normal day driving thingy. No, it's not for me. I like normally would take public transport, but I need to like lessen it up. So I put myself into this situation, and how I overcome the fear of driving, like the tidelessness or something like that. It's firstly I try to be like next to it as much as possible, which means like the bicycle thing, but also like when you are in driving seat, like the second one, this one, you want to be like involved in kind of way. So you're like, okay, I understand the signs. I would do this. I would look into the back mirror, or like this mirror above me, or like the mirror like the next to me, or I will so like be involved in the driving experience as much as possible. Like pretend that you are like driving yourself. um, then, if you're lacking of skill or you want to do something in a safe environment, do it. That's the same with the exposure to the spiders. You need to be exposed to the driving. If you do not have a car, you can, or like you're really afraid of sidewalks, you can get these driving companies. Just have one lesson, and then you can decide if you want to like spend more time with the driver. Sometimes they are weird, so be safe. Thirdly, I borrow this car. I borrow this car for 3 weeks, and I will probably extend it for like 2 more weeks because it's like really convenient to have a car kinda. And also I would like to like check with someone like before, because I think that it's like easier to like for the insurance and everything. It's better than someone will check it before to see if it's really alright, or like what to do with it, like, because I don't think that anything happened to the car. But also when I was like taking the car from the car company, I didn't see all of the things that they were talking about, like before they pointed to them. So I'm like, okay, someone could check it before, so that I will not be like surprised, but they will charge me, but I will have to charge my insurance company, and so on and so on. So like these three things I did. And the fourth thing is that I did a huge trip. I like did the 4 hour trip. So I was like driving 4 times a week the first 2 weeks, and now the third week I did like this. It's like 4 or 5 hours maybe drive, and then I'm driving like to the different city, and I'm driving on a conference. So I live kind of far away. It's like 15 minutes drive, but it's like really far away by walk. So I drive every day. I drive during like busy hours, also not busy hours. So I drive 2 times a day, and I drive to the big city because I need to like buy some groceries or something like that. And this is where I'm now. It is my last day in this city, so I will be driving home, and I will be probably doing these like 5 hours. I will do part of them at night, like after the sun is down. So I will have to like look for it, like be more careful and everything. But I feel kind of comfortable in it. Yeah, of course, it's hard, but I feel that I'm able to manage it, and it's something that it's easier for me to say, and it's easy for me to done. I was able to kind of expand my comfort zone with the driving, and was able to overcome some fear of mine, which is don't know how to drive. So if you feel something uncomfortable, you can try it in this way. It's the same with anything. The same way I was able to overcome my fear of spider, as I mentioned before, and probably I will do some video about it as well. Not with real spider, probably. With real spider, probably, because I don't want to like hurt the animal. But maybe I will think about how to do it. I think in a drive, it's easier. Like you can see it in a driving place, and I don't know what else I like there is to say. I don't know how else to like prove it, but I was able to park in a parking lot. I was able to drive here actually into the different country, into with different rules. I was able to like ask ChatGPT if I can really park here and what the sign means, because I didn't know that. And that's something that was feeling unimaginable like half year ago. If you have something that you feel that is hard and unimaginable, give it a shot. Like, do the same list that I did for you now with my driving, and just do it for yourself. Like, start to like feel more comfortable in the situation by not being in the situation by yourself, but like in a safe and secure environment. For me, watching how other people drive, being involved, uh, getting the bicycle and drive all around with the bicycle, so you are like part of the traffic but not a car, because cars are scary, then getting the lessons, then getting the car, and more you are getting used to you being a driver. you being in a situation that you were firstly super scared of and wasn't able to like do anything with that. If you like it, if you like my journey, please subscribe, leave a like or comment. It really helps the algorithm going. I don't know. I hope that someone will see it and hope for themselves that they can do better in their life, that they can achieve something more. That's all from me for today. I hope you will have a nice day and bye.